it is 6:13 p.m. and I'm disheveled. My face is oily, I'm sweaty from unpacking most things, but we're in. Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. We are doing a full apartment tour because it's moving day. We are moving to our second apartment here in Dubai. It's been about 10 months since we've been here, but it's time for a new chapter. So literally so excited. We are in a completely empty apartment. Like, this is the apartment that we've lived in the last 10 months. And as you can see, like, everything is gone. Also, it's really funny because I'm wearing my slippers, right? The movers have packed all of my other shoes. So I'm gonna have to show up and go through Dubai in my freaking slippers. But we're literally just about to head over now. We've had this awesome moving company who have packed everything. We're gonna tell them where to put everything, and then we'll get everything settled and show you our new place. What day is it?
Move in, move out day.
Move in, move out day.
Shake it all about.
Say goodbye to the Burj Khalifa view. We're packing up, ready to start a new adventure.
Yeah.
Where are we going then?
DIFC, the DIFC.
Everyone on new address.
Oh, the DIFC.
Okay, so we've just arrived at the new apartment. How's it going so far?
Not as great as we thought it was going to go.
Tell the people what happened.
So, we're in the DIFC, and to be able to get in the DIFC, you need a tunnel pass.
Explain what DIFC is.
It's the financial area of Dubai. Basically, it's also governed by like a UK-British like kind of security. So they're really tight on security. People coming in here, money's hanging around, everything like that. However, to get through that tunnel, you need to have a pass. So we got one pass. However, we didn't realise that the moving trucks people, because they come to your apartment, they literally move everything out and then they go back downstairs. They brought 2 trucks. So now one truck is unloading and the other one needs another pass. Now with that pass, it took us 24 hours to get that pass. We better hope that the bed is in the first truck. So we're trying to work it out now and get another pass, but it's not looking hopeful.
So basically, we might have like half of our belongings, and then would they keep the other half in the truck if it didn't get in?
But they're going to have to, because it's their fault.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Teddy and Lando, bless them, they're at home in a room with all of their comfies and everything that they need, waiting for mum and dad to get back, and they're like, why the fuck have we been abandoned?
Yeah.
They are in like a small room with everything that they need, and we've given them some calming cat treats. But we need to bring them over soon. So
Let's hope.
Let's hope it works out.
Yep.
Okay, it is 6:13 p.m. and I'm disheveled. My face is oily, I'm sweaty from unpacking most things, but we're in, we're ready. However, we got to go get the kitty cats and introduce them to their new home because it's starting to get a bit dark and the sun has just set. We're gonna give you the full tour tomorrow, but just as you can see behind me, it's a pretty big space compared to our last apartment. However, you will have to wait until tomorrow for us to give you the proper tour. And there we have it, moved in, settled in, finally in a good spot. The cats are happy with their new environment, and it's time to give you guys a little bit of a tour. But before I dive into the tour, I just want to give a little bit of information in terms of, why we've moved, basically, and what we've been, aiming to do with this move. So to those of you who don't know, I moved to Dubai last year. April time we spent it looking for an apartment. We found our apartment and then we didn't officially move in until May. We literally moved over to Dubai with just our suitcases. Well, Nathan was already here, but he was just living like in an Airbnb. And then I literally just moved over with a suitcase and we basically spent the whole first year buying everything to fill a 2-bed apartment. Now, with us working online as online coaches, our home is our office, and let's just say we pretty quickly outgrew a 2-bed apartment because we've got our own bedroom. If we have another spare room, it was either like an office or it was like a guest room. But it didn't necessarily feel like an office because there was also like a bed in there and like, you know, wardrobe, stuff like that. So it kind of felt like it was a little bit more of like me working in another bedroom, which is not necessarily like the most, I don't know, like helpful vibes when you want to go into a room, zone in and be like, this is my workspace. To those of you who really kind of like appreciate the difference and change environments, you will know what I mean. So it was quite difficult. Whenever we had family or friends over staying, it meant that we would kind of like no longer have that guest room to work in. So we'd either be working in our bedroom or in our like dining room, which was also like open plan kitchen, which meant that there was a lot of people kind of coming and going in that space. And then we got the cats. We got the freaking cats. And of course, with having 2 cats, you know, cat tree, extra bits like this, they like to play around and roam around. It just kind of felt like we were, you know, accumulating all this stuff and not having the right size environment for it, or getting on top of each other quite a lot. So we definitely knew that we needed more space. The first apartment that we found was a beautiful apartment in a building called Opera Grand in downtown Dubai. And we were the first ones into that apartment. It had been being built, it was being built for like 10 years. And we were the first ones to move in, which was, you know, amazing. Because when we lived there for the first few months, it was quiet. It was really chilled out, and you know, we built like a really nice relationship with like the security guys and the like lifeguards and the people that worked in the building, and it felt awesome. And then a few months later, because it is literally the most beautiful apartment or most beautiful building which overlooks Dubai Mall and the fountains and the Burj Khalifa, it got very busy. And most of the people who owned apartments there rented them out as like Airbnbs, which meant that our floor was full of like people who were basically coming to holiday. Through our building, there'd be always different people all the time, and it felt more like a hotel, which kind of got to the stage where it was a little bit annoying because you kind of hear like noise from neighbors and stuff like that. People would walk into our apartment all the time thinking that it was their Airbnb, but they get the wrong floor. And so we like, when we'd forget to lock the door, we'd have someone walk into our apartment. So it kind of just started to get very busy, let's just say that. And also living in downtown Dubai, like right by the Burj Khalifa, is super touristy. Everyone wants to see the tallest building in the world, which, you know, is absolutely awesome, and it's the most stunning, incredible view. However, when it's like trying to go out in the evening just to get some steps, you know, there's swarms of people. I'm not even joking when I say I'm literally like fighting past tourists just to try and go for a little bit of a walk. And also they host events there. A few times like in the year, like around Ramadan or New Year's, they'll basically put on like these big events with really loud speakers, and our like windows were vibrating, and we were just kind of like, okay, there's a difference between like living in a city and like in kind of like a, you know, a busy area with everything that's got ease and accessibility versus like literally living in the middle of like a tourist attraction. So we were kind of like, okay, it's getting a bit busy, it's getting a bit overwhelming, and it was quite expensive for the space that we had. So we looked for a bigger space. And when speaking to a good friend of mine, Anna, she had recently moved to a place called DIFC. It's Dubai's International Financial Centre, where it's basically like Canary Wharf, or where all the banks, businesses and stuff have their offices, but there's also a few residential buildings. And the most amazing thing about the building or the tower that we've moved into and that we have here is when you go downstairs, you literally take like the elevator down and you go into a place called Gate Avenue, which is like its own mall. There's a gym inside. There's like whatever you could possibly need from different stores. And also there's beautiful little cafes. Because it is Dubai's International Financial Centre, there's tons of like restaurants and cafes and, you know, working spaces. It's a little bit more of like a serious vibe where it's not so touristy, but people are here to work. And it's kind of perfect for us because it's a real nice environment for us to be in a good situation where we can get our heads down and work. And it doesn't have to just be in our home, but we can go out and work, and it will be, you know, a really good environment. So that's the first thing that's really good about this place. And the second thing that's so good about this place is obviously the space. So like, I'll put some B-roll over so that you guys can see, but basically we have a lot more space. We've got a really big kind of like living area and then dining area, which we didn't have before, not to this size. So kitchen, living room, dining room, all integrated into one big space. There's floor to ceiling windows across the whole space. And we have 3 bedrooms. So one bedroom is going to be like our bedroom, mine and Nath's room, where we sleep, and that's literally all it's used for, within reason. And then we're also going to have like 2 of the other rooms to be an office for Nath and an office for myself. which is going to be fantastic. So Nate's got his own working space. I've got my own working space. We can really kind of like create it to be our own, like, you know, it feels like, oh my God, I've been working forever and I've finally built up my like environment to be in a position where I can actually have like, that is my working space. And it's like pretty sacred for a business owner. So really, really excited that we'll be able to have like these rooms to use as our offices. There is also a smaller room, which is termed like as a maid's room here in Dubai. We just use it as a storage room. So we've also got a kind of like a fourth room if we would ever need it for anything, but we pretty much just use it for storage. The hilarious thing about this apartment as well is that every single room has a bathroom. And then there's also like a communal bathroom. Like what you can see just behind me, that is like the communal bathroom. So there's like 5 or 6 bathrooms in this place, as well as like an extra toilet just when you walk in. Like, I don't know who thought we need this many toilets, but literally, trust me when I say Nate's gone around and christened all of the toilets. So it's awesome for the fact that we have so much space. We've got a balcony, we've got a beautiful view. The other thing that I'll probably say is like our view here, it doesn't necessarily compare with the view of the fountains of Dubai Mall, but we only had one room where we could have that beautiful view. And then the rest of our views were like blocked by other buildings. We had other towers in front of us. Whereas here, we've only got like one room where there's a tower in front, and the rest of them, you can really kind of see the beautiful view of Dubai. So it's fantastic. And we're super happy, like super, super happy. Like this is a huge milestone for us to be able to move into a place where we're not rushing, or we don't feel like we're gonna outgrow it very soon. The other thing is that the amenities are just insane. Like downstairs there's a beautiful pool. There's a really, really nice area where you can like lounge in the sun. Then we've got the access to Gate Avenue and Gate Village, which is these restaurants and these shops. And, you know, literally just take an elevator down and you're in a mall, which is insane. So we're super, super, super happy, like over the moon in terms of like this move. And I think it's gonna allow to be a lot more constructive with regard to, you know, getting my head down from a business standpoint and being productive. And then also from a standpoint of prep, I've got access to a gym right downstairs to a warehouse gym, which is in Gate Avenue, and just take the lift down and I have an amazing gym called Warehouse Gym. But then also my original gym, which I trained at, which is just called Train. That is even closer. That's an extra 5 minutes, 5 minutes less than it was previously. So it means that I've got my pick of gyms when I start prep in April, which is going to be really helpful as well. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed the apartment tour. I hope that you have liked seeing what it's like a little bit when it comes to a new kind of area in Dubai and like understanding my life out here. So thank you so much as always for tuning in. If you haven't already, please, please drop a like, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Much love.